Hi everyone, it's me, Kim Forrester, here with another little bite-sized thrive. I have got the baby blackbird Dante tweeting next to me, so that's what you're going to hear in the background. Today I wanted to talk about something that happens to all of us at some stage in our lives, and that is when we get to a space where we don't know what we want for ourselves, other than we know we don't want what we've got and where we are. You know what I'm talking about, right? That space where you go, oh, I need to move from here. I want something, but I can't formulate that vision. I don't know what that looks like in my life. Problem is, when we're in that space, we're just so stuck. And because we're stuck and because we can't see a way forward, we just sort of go in this downward spiral of despair and impatience and unhappiness and regret and remorse, all of those really unpleasant and unhealthy and unhelpful emotions. Right, what do we do when we find ourselves in a space where we know that we want to be anywhere but here, but we don't know what that anywhere is? This is something that's been coming up a lot for my clients recently, so I thought I'd share with you today 4 tips to help you get out of that stuck space when you don't know where you want to be. Firstly, if you've been following me for a while, you would have heard this one quite a bit. One of my mantras is that life is about momentum, not direction. What does that mean? That means that when we are stuck, there is absolutely no way for us to change direction. Because when we are stuck, we're not moving. You can't change direction if you're not moving. So if you find that you don't want to be here, but you don't know where you want to be, just move forward in any way that is available to you. Take any opportunity that is there. Explore any possibility that looks like anything that you can pour your energy into that is not here where you are right now. Why do we do that? Because it starts the momentum in our life. It kickstarts the engine of our life, if you will. And once we have that momentum, then life can come in all its miraculous ways, and the direction can sort of find its way to you. But you must be moving forward. So if you're stuck, take a step forward in any direction. Now that ties in with tip number 2, and that is, I really encourage you, if you're stuck in that space of I don't want to be here, I don't know where I want to be, just leap without looking. Find whatever opportunity, whatever possibility is in front of you, and leap without looking. Now that means don't overanalyze it. Don't try and figure out whether it's the right thing for you, or certainly don't think, oh, if I take this path, then that has to be my path, for the rest of my life. That's not how life works. You're not expected to know what's going to work out best for you in the long term or the midterm based on what you can see in your headlights right here and now. Sometimes decisions that look really scary or unpleasant or challenging right now end up blooming into the most beautiful possibilities. And sometimes the decisions that we make that look really easy and they look like they are shining possibilities for us in the here and now end up leading us to situations that are less than ideal. So don't try and overanalyze your next step. Take the possibilities that are there in front of you now and leap without looking. Tip number 3, start with what you have and where you are. So what I mean by that is, I think we can get stuck these days because there's a lot of comparison and we see how a lot of other people are living their lives or building their businesses or building their career or whatever. We feel that we have to make it look that way. There's a sense of having to make things look perfect or professional. That is not the case at all. Once you've discovered the possibility, once you're ready to leap without looking, don't hold yourself back because you don't have the right equipment, or you don't have the right qualifications yet, or you just don't look the right way, or you don't think that you can pull it off in the way that the professionals do. The Eudaimonia podcast, I recorded that for 3 years, and in that time it leapt into the top 10% podcasts of the world, okay? And I'm sharing that with you because I recorded the Eudaimonia podcast in a spare toilet in my home in Singapore. And I had mattress toppers on the walls to soften the sound, and I had a coffee table as my recording bench, and I had my laptop and a fabulous microphone. I recorded my podcast in a bathroom, and it didn't matter because I started with what I had and where I was, and my podcast became really popular. So don't overanalyze or get overstressed and overworried about how things look or the resources that you have. Take the opportunities you have, leap into them with what you have available at the time. Once that momentum picks up, things are going to change for you. Tip number 4, don't be resistant to a backward step in your life. Okay, now this has certainly been coming up for a lot of my clients. When we're stuck where we are, oftentimes there are possibilities for us, but they're behind us. Okay, they are, life is asking us to go back and spiral back to something that we've done before, or spiral back to a place that we've lived in before, or spiral back to a career that we have enjoyed in the past. A lot of us sort of feel like if we're going backwards, then it's a backward step. You know, it feels like a bit of a failure, or I'm not progressing in my life. That's not true at all. Sometimes when you're stuck, the best thing to do is look for those possibilities and make sure you're looking behind you. There's a beautiful quote on my kitchen wall. There's a number of quotes there, and one of them is, coming back to where you started is not the same as never leaving. So if the possibility that is there for you when you're in the stuckness is something that's from your past, don't be afraid to step back into it, because you're not going back. As I say, you're spiraling back. So you're in the same space, but you're a whole different person. You're at a different level. You will experience things differently. You will bring new experiences and skills and talents to that role. You may find because of that you actually draw more experiences, that there's more to learn from that particular, career or job or relationship or location, whatever it is that you're going back to. Do not be afraid to go back to something from your past if that is the possibility that is open to you in the sense of stuckness. So there you go, 4 tips for those of you who are finding that you don't want to be where you are, but you don't know where you want to be. I hope they're helpful. They've certainly been really helpful for me in my life. If you're feeling a bit stuck, as always, I am here with my private consultations. Check me out at kimforrester.net. But in the meantime, I'm sending my love and my gratitude to you all over the world. I'll see you back here again with another little bite-sized thrive. Bye.